Hello tribe, welcome back. Let's see what is happening with you next week and a half from whenever you're watching this video. So as usual, pile number 1 is on your left, 2 in the middle, 3 on your right. Choose yours if you need to stop the video, and I'm gonna see you in timestamps. Hey group 1 people, let's see what is up with you all next week and a half. What are we starting with? The Queen of Pentacles and the Hangman. Let's pull from various different decks. We're gonna read those cards all together. What is up with you all? Let's start with these. If we'll need more, we'll pull more. You have Transformation with Death card right here from the Ocean deck. You have 6 of Wands. I'm not taking reversals for today with the Texture Tarot. We have the 2 of Cups. Okay. This is, by the way, the Super Lunaris Tarot. You're on the right path. The 10 of Earth. And worth waiting for. Wow. Let's push it up a little bit. Good stuff. Next week and a half is all about freaking success for you, specifically when it comes to material matters, finances, work, hobbies that could potentially bring in income in the future. A lot of you are going to be achieving quite a lot next week and a half. Either these are this is a direct feedback of something that you are trying to accomplish, how much time, energy you invested in something, or I want to say for some of you, this is going to be like a lucky streak, to be honest. Connection with the father would be important next week and a half, either asking for advice. They may be telling you something that you need to hear, you need to know. They appear at the right time, they call you at the right time. Overall, if anyone has a messy relationship with a father or has lacked father figure in their life, it would be good to work on that. I'm not seeing it in the cards, by the way. I am just feeling this. You are stepping into your feminine next week and a half, very much so. Very abundant feminine energy all over the board, and I feel like it's because you are able to give in to change at one point. I'm getting like a breaking point. I was resisting something, or I didn't want to see, I didn't want to go there, but I was pushed in a corner where I was forced to do something. Not to say that you are not the one making that decision. You could have stood there in a corner for ages, but you knew that that was right for you at that time. And somehow that transformation opened doors for your success. You may be receiving those signs or signals next week and a half. Step toward that path. Answer this phone call. It's just gonna be very intuitive. Whoever has a child in this pile, I don't know if you know this, and I know people call their kids angels, you know, oh, my little angel. I mean it on a serious note here. That child that incarnated in your family, not only that they're going to learn their own spiritual lessons, but they also act as a physical present guide to you on this earth. Notice, they may say something and you go, wow, I've been thinking about this whole day and I just got an answer. It may not be a direct answer, right? It may be just they're channeling messages for you. If you're thinking what to do in a specific situation, they may not say anything. They may show it to you as an example in the way they play, how they interact with other kids, how they interact with you. They don't know this consciously. This is very subconscious. Someone has a child that acts like a guide in this world. It's a physical guide that you have next to you. But I'm seeing that contract ends until a specific age. Once this kid reaches a certain age, specifically I'm seeing 7, they're on their own path. They're not gonna be a grown-up who is your guide. The contract is over and done with. It was completed. Does that make sense? Now, if this is not your own child, then you have either a younger person or a youthful person around you, whoever you're close to, who acts like this, and you gotten signs from them or answers from them without maybe even asking a couple of times, and it was freaky, it was weird. Next week it's happening again. You have really great cards when it comes to, I don't know why, first of all, when I say property, if you have any dealings with property, next week will be smooth to your advantage. If you're seeking for more money or how to save more money, next week you're doing great. Overall, it's quite a financially abundant week. If that's not in money form, then it's going to be in the form of gifts. For example, you've been needing, I'm going to give you a really silly example. You have been needing this particular diffuser, and then suddenly your friend calls you from the shop and says, hey, there is this offer on that diffuser. Do you want me to grab it? It's 40% off. And you go, fuck, yes, please. Now, this is a form of gift as well. Even if you give them money back, right? They thought of you. They gave you a phone call. Thoughtfulness is the way to go next week, week and a half. Whoever was doubting themselves, if I am where I'm supposed to be, you are. Right now, right here, you are. Because some of you are thinking, or will be thinking next week, oh my God, I have so much to do, or I don't know how my future in 5-10 years will look like, but I feel like I need to do this. Yes, take steps necessary towards your goals, but make sure that you don't take yourself out of the equation to the point where you live in that future that hasn't happened just yet, and you're not paying attention to what is here and now. Connection to family overall will be really important next week. You may expect phone calls from your grandparent, grandma, mother, father, brother, sister. If that's not them giving you that phone call, you feel it in your soul that you have to connect to people for some reason. It's bonding time next week, week and a half. Some of you will want to go out there into nature, and I'm hearing remote, somewhere remote, and to just be. That's going to be your place of rejuvenation, and you will recharge. I'm seeing the battery going very fast all the way up. Especially if you feel like you need a bit of a break, or if you feel like you are a little bit confused about a situation, go out. But somewhere where there aren't not too many roads or people, where you can sit in peace and quiet, listen to the birds, and just be. Even if it's winter time, grab a hot cup of tea, dress up really well, and just sit outside for how long you need. You're getting answers, you're getting grounded, you're getting peace when you go outside. A lot of you will focus on the way you look, the way you smell, what kind of products you use on your skin. Self-care is a big deal next week for you. You may want to book yourself into a spa, a massage, a facial treatment of some sorts. Get your, lashes, eyebrows, hair done. It's a good week for that. Some people may even say, whoa, like if it's not your appearance, you feel different. Expect compliments next week, week and a half from people. You have a very attractive energy about you next week, week and a half, as if people can smell success on you. I know it sounds weird. People can smell success on you. And they will be really drawn to you subconsciously. You may receive good ideas, especially if you've been looking for a resolution of some sorts, good ideas that help you either in a relationship with a mother, with any family member altogether, or that help you in your work, in your jobs. There might be a day or two where you want to kind of slow down, where you go, ooh, okay, you know what? I feel like this half a day that I'm maybe gonna take off work, if you can, obviously, if you want to, it's just gonna be for me. I'm gonna do all the things that I wanted to do but I didn't do for myself. Self-care time. Others of you have a full day of work and then you take the half a day intentionally. It's gonna be all about self-care, or it's gonna be all about grounding. And let me just have that time. I may want to switch off my phone or put my phone on do not disturb mode for the rest of the evening. Disconnect, but in the best way possible. But if you do disconnect, make sure you have a good balance. If you do turn off your phone or switch it to do not disturb mode, don't just get stuck to a TV for the whole evening. Actually do something that makes you feel present, that doesn't take you out somewhere else. Does that make sense? Because when your attention is on the screen for 2-3 hours, you're not really present. You're not feeling your body that much. You're just in the movie, in the screen. So I would advise you to do as many things as possible during that day or half a day that make you feel present. You will reconnect to yourself. It's important next week we're gonna have to raise a glass or a cup of tea for one of your recent accomplishments for the past couple of months. Don't forget that. Don't forget to celebrate even little things. I hope this made sense. If you need more content, find me on Patreon. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, let's see what is up with you next week. We have the Empress, nice. And we have the 10 of Swords, the Barren Desert. Let's pull more cards from various different decks and we'll read them all together. Let me push it up a bit to make space. I feel like we'll start, no, one more card has to be pulled, the Animal Tarot. Okay, we'll start with these. If we'll need more, we'll pull more. The King of the Ocean with order. That's gonna be what to watch out for, what to avoid, okay? This is the, oh fuck, I forgot what's it called. The Zombie Tarot, no. Santa Muerte, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, 3 of Swords. Interesting. 4 of Cups. What the heck is going on here? What is going on? Trigger statement. I am so drained. True statement. I am shielded. You are finding balance as you see what resonates and what does not, which you clearly see here. With clear sight, you are safe and protected. Ooh. It is safe for you to love. Mm-hmm. 10 of Swords twice here, man. The end of the career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. Ooh. Now, this is a pile for my people who already kind of know about this. This may not surprise you at all. You're literally you're ending a chapter. You are ending a chapter, and that chapter has, maybe for some of you, taken it, if it's a relationship or work situation, right? You were in a job for X amount of time. Now that chapter is ending for you. You were in a relationship for that amount of time, or you were contacting that person. Now the ending has come. That's why we have the 10 of Swords here. But what I like about this card in particular is that this dog doesn't need to be walked. This dog is like, hey, give me the leash, I will walk myself. So there is this sense of freedom. Yes, I am hurting. Yes, that sucks. But I am free. And I can come back to order and balance in my life. Some of you have dealt with a situation that has kind of put you in this kind of fight or flight mode, or made you feel very internally chaotic for a long time. And it's time to reclaim your power, my people. And I feel like that's what you're doing next week and a half. It's interesting, when I've asked what to watch out for, we have the King of Cups. So this is for my people who have been dealing with an individual who either they were not fair, or who, you know, even if they're a good person, it's time for you to take different paths, different routes. You can thank one another, but you know what, I don't want to walk with you anymore. Or you know what, this could be someone who gave you an offer and you go, it doesn't feel right in my heart. If I did take this offer, my heart would be hurting. I wouldn't honor the Empress. I have to let it go. Whew, what a reading, man. On the positive note, you are becoming much more not only sustainable, but you're finding quite a lot of joy in the self. It will take time, depending on the level of grief here, because when we let something go, when we split ways with, even, you know, when we quit a job and we really loved our colleagues, there is a moment of grief there at some point, right? Depending on the how much time you need for grieving, I feel like you're coming back slowly into the self, and you're gonna be focusing a lot more of your time and energy on creative things. Now this could be anything. This could be literally taking the brush and getting out a blank canvas and starting to paint. This could be writing in your diary. This could be focusing on the way you look, the way you dress. It takes creativity. How does colors match? How does my hair look? How do I feel in this outfit? But for a lot of you overall, I feel like your focus is your home. You want to create that safe space for yourself. And you may want to clean your whole house. You may want to do a bit of spring cleaning here. You may want to throw out the old stuff, especially if it has any attachment to memories that are heavy for you, and you don't want to keep that in your space. I would say decluttering would be a way to go next week for you people, pile number 2. You are regaining your energy. You are regaining your power here. Look at this card. Trigger statement, I am drained. Well, you know what? No shit. These cards are talking about drainage. Maybe someone was drinking your cup. You are thirsty all of this time, metaphorically speaking. This feels like someone's energy was leaking into something else, and it's time to stop that. Especially if you couldn't find peaceful ground in this situation. If you tried, and it's time to change. It's time to make changes. Pile 2 next week is all about freaking changes, you want it or not. It's gonna show up in some way. For some of you more, for others of you less. But it is time for changes. But what I like here, that you're not closing your heart. Even if you were hurt with this 3 of Swords, you're not shutting down. You're like, okay, this didn't work out for me, or this wasn't meant for me, I have to let this go. I'm still carrying this loving energy with me. I don't know what to talk about next, to be honest here. Okay, let's pull a card from the mystical healing reading cards. Let's talk about deep stuff here. Okay, thank you. Unlock your heart. So maybe some of you will decide to suppress it a little bit, and your cards are reminding you it is safe. It's okay. Don't shut down. Let's read about this card. I think it's the only card in this deck that's not vertical, it's horizontal, if I'm correct. Pain and cleanse the way to profound wisdom. If you keep protecting yourself from being hurt, you will stop yourself from experiencing an intimate, delicious, earth-shattering, life-enchanting, sacred relationship. When a protected heart bursts open, there is pain, sadness, fear, rejection, brokenness, and a host of other unprocessed emotions. But nothing compares to the possibility of listening, trusting, and following the ancient wisdom that lives in a heart that has gone through pain, struggle, and loss, and has come out on the other side with warmth, humility, compassion, and selfless action. An open heart is your true guide towards your greatest goodness. Goodness you can give and goodness you can receive. So don't allow pride, hurt, and fear to keep this most exquisite part of yourself shut off. Instead, listen and allow this pride to have the opportunity to guide you towards self-knowledge, can't read today, an intimate knowledge of another who you yearn for. Allow all that is love in. So some of you maybe already know what this is about. This has happened in the recent past and it's still very much in your energy field. That's why it's showing up in your cards for the next week and a half. This is a reminder for people to stay in your power center, which is your heart. Do not make it stone cold. A good heart is not a bad trait. Naivety on top of a good heart, well, that can be an issue in the long run, right? Can make someone become a doormat. But in this case, I feel like someone has such a good heart where they might start thinking that, was I too good in that situation, or should I become a bit more aggressive in my approaches? Should I become more cold-hearted so that this and that does or doesn't happen? Everything is good with your heart. Keep it soft. The people and situations in the future will find that. They will resonate with that. And you will mirror one another's softness. Or maybe where you were before, or what you are letting go of, there wasn't enough of resonance there. Or when you place those two hearts in front of one another, they were very different. This feels like a very, very sad and emotional. Let me know what is going on here, pile number 2. I'm wishing you a week full of possibilities. A lot of self-care with the Empress card right here. And step into creativity. Especially if you want to release energy, release emotions. Creativity is the way to go. Okay? I don't know. It could be as simple as playing a song and dancing or singing in your room. Release in that way. So if you need more content, find me on Patreon, and thank you for being here. Until the next time. Hello, pile number 3. Let's see what is up with you next week and a half. You have the Queen of Wands and you have a Devil. Wow. Okay, strong start. Let's pull more cards from various different decks and we will look at them all together. This is a Super Lunaris newer edition, in case anyone will be asking. This is the Healing Light Tarot. This is the Ocean deck. Textured Tarot. Healing and Clarity cards. The Urban Tarot. The Animal Tarot. Okay. If we'll need more, we'll pull more. Let's start. We have the Eight of Cups. I'm not taking reversals here today. Sometimes I do. I just set my intention before I start the reading. The Hermit. The Ace of Cups. Ooh. Five of Swords with conflict. Knight of Cups. Trigger statement: I will never change. True statement: in each moment I am a new me. Detox cleansing card. You are supported as you release habits and limiting patterns that are not serving your highest good. Urban Tarot, we have the Game Master with Knight of Swords. In the Animal Tarot, we have Prince of Summer, which is the same card like here. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience may sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. Romantic, flirtatious, introspective, enchanting. I always wondered why this knight is without pants. Okay, let's see. Let me move you a little bit. Let me adjust you. Better. Okay, group number 3. Literally, these two cards, the Devil card speaks to the Detox card. Okay, what we're doing next week and a half, we're looking at some of the changes we might need to make within ourselves that in some way are sabotaging the relationship with the self, with the other, or financially. But it's mostly for a lot of you, I'm seeing here, it's in regards to a relationship or something that you are very emotionally involved in. Could be your business, right? This is my baby, this is my heart. So I'm gonna call it a person because I'm seeing a connection with a person. I'm seeing someone wanting to take a really good look at themselves and to say, you know what, let me acknowledge the shadow version of self, what it is like. But this talks to me a lot about the healing. Through conflict, we're able to heal, or through conflict, we're able to recognize where the devil lies. Does that make sense? Would it be inner conflict? Would it be you conflicted about a situation? Why is this not happening for me? Or why I'm not getting this? Or why is there a conflict with this person? But through conflict, someone is able to somehow set themselves free here. But first of all, what they're doing, they kind of taking some time for themselves. Whoever this person is, would it be you or someone else, they need that time for themselves. They need to focus a little bit more of their time and energy on their space, on their mind, their body, and to kind of digest everything that is happening around them. Now, I don't know who this is, but there is someone who's very charming here. Who may try to charm you. Someone who I'm getting info. Someone who's very kind of like logical in their approaches. Someone who's very analytical here. They may work in a job that is based on analysis, is based on calculations. Whoever this person is, see, someone wants to get your attention here. But I don't particularly, or you are getting someone's, I don't know. But I don't particularly like the situation because why calculate so many moves if this is a relationship situation? Why be so logical if we can instead tap into the heart and come from there? I would be, if you're dealing with someone who, if you just started dating, specifically I'm talking to those people, if you just started dating and you see that someone is charming from the get-go and they're trying to make everything happen very swiftly, very quickly, I would say keep your pants on, okay? Because definitely this Knight of Cups wants them off. And I don't know if they're gonna be there to stay. Okay? I would say not rush into anything that you may regret later on next week and a half. Overall, I would just literally advise you, whatever that would be, relationship, job, making a decision about something, I would just advise you to take a step back and go into a hermit mode. Connect to the self, digest the information, find that connection between the body and mind in whichever way seems possible to you or best to you. Instead of distracting yourself with movies, with people, company, I would advise you to truly sit with yourself. And for some of you, take out a diary, write down what you're actually feeling. It's a really good week for you to do some shadow work. You may want to write down, what challenges am I experiencing in this chapter of my life? And what is it something that I assume, I think I need to do about that? What is my shadow self like? What is the pattern that I keep seeing in my life? How am I involved in that? These are the questions you may be asking yourself. Now, the good thing, I'm seeing that some of you have done this already. And it was work. It has taken you some time to go through that and to be really honest with yourself, and you're looking forward with that Queen of Wands. You're like, okay, what is out there? You are quite creative next week and a half with this wand energy. And something may come up, like an idea, a light bulb moment, and I would say write it down. Some of you, what I want to say, with this wand energy, again, you're gonna seem very attractive to people next week and a half. And you know what? You're gonna have to be a bit selective whose attention or company you want and whose you don't. Because I'm seeing in between all of those, good compliments or people's attention, would it be in real life or would it be online? Someone may be getting attention from people or situations that are not so pure. So I would keep an eye on that, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to say yes to everything. Be selective next week and a half. Let's pull a couple of cards from the Tea Leaf Tarot. Let's see what else we gotta know. Someone may be dealing with a stubborn male here. Someone who is very family oriented, but someone who's stubborn and can be aggressive at times. Let's see, what is your advice here? See the situation for what it is. Why I'm saying that? Because the excitement is here. You may say, hey, but I'm really excited to see this person. I'm really excited about this. But beware of the self-delusion. See the situations for what they are next week and a half. Again, especially for those who tend to live in the spiritual world but not in the real world over here. In the material world, let's call it that way, 3D. Self-delusions can be big next week and a half. Make sure that you are grounded as possible. For example, someone is not getting attention from a person they want it from. They haven't maybe even shown them that they are romantically interested, but they keep fantasizing about that. And they keep giving away so much energy to the person who doesn't even pay attention maybe to them, or who doesn't want a relationship with them. You know what I mean? Okay, what else? Your intuition will be on high next week and a half. High pitched, I mean. Oh, there is a sweet get together next week and a half. With someone who's very, what is the word I'm looking for? Productive in their life. They are good at discipline, they are good at productivity. They achieve their goals, but they're also someone who's very intuitive. Someone may be receiving a gift. If in your workplace you feel like you need advice or you're not sure how to complete a task, call your colleague or someone who's good at that, so that you can avoid any mistakes or any headache overall. You don't have to dwell on it for too long and try, to calculate or go the hard way. Call someone who may know or may have what you need. If you've been looking for a new job, next week and a half is a good time to send your CVs and focus a bit more of your energy and time on that. I hope this made sense. If you need more content, find me on Patreon, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.